Morning, folks. Live action here on board the Scallywag 100, and we've got to follow this race on board. Wild Oats directly in front of us. It's the 21st, Sunday the 21st time. Roughly, we've got about 25 minutes to this start line. The game has pretty much already started. David's following closely behind the red-hot Wild Oats 11. Warwick Brooklyn, welcome, mate. Are you ready for this, brother?
Yeah, it's a new experience. Sitting on the after deck, just watching it all and being talking to people. Just going into a drive now, doing a drive with Oats. Still about 23 minutes to go to the start. The runner's about to go off here, Kilo, and so it's been a bit of a rush for these boys to.
Well, you wouldn't call it a preparation, would you?
Well, it's a preparation, but it's just not ideal. Not obviously what they wanted. They've had a lot on after
David's already
having a ram failure in the Southport race, having to go to Noumea and then come back again, get all that sorted out. They've had really one day of prep sitting here yesterday and still going through, getting through those teething problems on the hydraulics.
Calibrating the curl even, and even we had to test it this morning. So anyway, buckle up, folks. If you're going to watch the whole lot of this, I'd suggest you get on the lounge and throw a seatbelt around yourself, because this is going to be one hell of a ride, Warwick. This boat is fully loaded up. This is a serious bit of kit we're standing on, and you'll hear all the loads going on and off as we're just fooling around, just shadowing Oats around 25 minutes roughly to the start, maybe less than that. So we're calling that an intro. We won't get too excited, even though we are, and we'll come back inside the 5-6 minutes to the start when things will really get hot.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay, here's the setup, folks. We're inside 5 minutes to the start of this first race of Hamilton Island Race Week. The game has started, obviously, between Wild Oats and this big boat, and we've got a plan for these guys, Warwick, and you just overheard it, but this is going to be one hell of an exciting start, mate.
Yeah, it is. It's basically, we're in the fleet with the IRC Division 1 boats, but in some way it's really a match race between Scallywag and Wild Oats, and I can see Wild Oats start to initiate a jibe and I think probably follow us in, and the tactics here is going to be doing a starboard hand approach down the line and then jibe over onto port, which is the favoured jibe to the our first turning mark, which is at Dent Island.
Well, the trouble
on here, plenty on,
mate. And the biggest problem is this little Dent passage is very narrow, particularly for these two big boats. And you can see how tight it is with all the other boats. So buckle up, as I said, this is going to be a hell of an interesting start period.
At the moment we're overlapped with Oats. Oats has rights to luff us. We're just at the pin now. So with 152 to go, 150 to go. Okay, Oats is going to maybe do another job, I'm not sure, or put a big luff on us. If you just come around to the left a little bit, Blake, you'll pick up, and I think they're going to do a dial up on us, and above us, out of shot,
there's a whole pile of
is all the
50s.
other IRC boats and some of the stragglers from the other division. Here we go, definitely. They're going, what are you doing? We're coming up. And we've got boats above us. You've got a boat in front of us, Bo Jess, TP, they're doing their own thing. Now they're putting in a luff. Now Oats is in the box position here.
The bit of danger in all of this, was it?
Yeah, light at sea now. That's Oats has put a boat between us and them. So the next thing is we're going to get down. The favoured end really is down towards the boat. With 53 to go, we can do a dial down and probably call water on Oats as we get closer.
It changes all the time.
Well, it is. It's a moving target the whole time, Kilo. And but the thing is, if we both initiate jibes, the Oats is going to, and they're calling.
It'll be better. David's not even thinking about it.
Definitely calling them up.
Can I have water in a minute?
There's a bit of argy-bargy going on here.
They want us to tack out.
Yeah, exactly, Kilo. They're saying, Timmy Wiseman calling for them to jibe. Okay, so they're going to jibe. We're going to do a simo jibe with them.
We don't want to hit the bottom here, was it?
And then we're going to deploy the A1 chute. So Oates is deployed.
Okay.
Okay.
The race is on.
Race is definitely on, and Patrice ahead. So Oates sort of just got a little better of us in that pre-start then. They're gone now, we're deployed, so it's a little bit of catch-up now, Kilo.
We've got a lot of big spectator boats. There's a big three-masted schooner, so there's a bit of jeopardy going.
We've got Patrice below us, but they're not going to bother with that.
So we're unfurled.
Yeah, we still haven't really got a... we haven't got a sail yet. Okay, now there we go. Now we've got power. So we're probably about a boat length behind the Oates at the moment. And Oates is getting pressure. Now we're getting wound up. Okay, boat speed climbing, 15 knots and climbing. So we won't be going down here for too long, Kilo, and then we'll be getting rid of this and going upwind.
We're just got to get a safe bit of clearance off the end of Den Island, as it was. We're just going to, so we don't get fooled into that.
We're going yeah, what we've got is we've got an issue. We've got a deploy issue with the furler, and we haven't got it completely unfurled here. So that's Oates moving ahead another boat length there. Okay, now we go. Okay, now we've deployed that fully, and can get this sucker wound up on speed.
Okay, well, that's about the setup. We're off and running. We're a couple of boat lengths behind the Mighty Oates, so we'll just shut down and we'll pick the action up as we start to clear Den Island. So trying to keep this clip down to about half an hour if we can. Talk to you soon. Was that successful? Yeah. Okay, well, there was a bit of a bang, and suddenly the mainsail decided to slide down the spar. What do you reckon's happened there? Something's let go.
Yeah, well, it looks like to me there's no Hagen attached to the head car, so there's something's failed, maybe the top of the car or in the 2-to-1. It's a 2-to-1 system, so maybe. Oh no, it's still. No, we're good. I got that wrong. Can't see properly.
Well, as you say, it's 2-to-1.
So maybe it's just jumped out of the lock, Kilo.
Yeah, yeah.
But
sort of adds to your woes a bit when you're trailing the enemy.
But the thing is, you see, they got the runners.
Oh, you've got to get that back.
You've got to get the runners around at the front of this, around the back of the leech of the main, which is no easy task while we're sailing.
Just got to lower that again.
So they're just trying to work out how to do this. So if we just stay on the head here, Blake, it's got to run up inside the leeward runners, and as he stands the boat up, that wants to come back to the starboard side. So it's a bit of a one's fighting the other.
Next one's coming up, was clear.
Okay.
It's a bit of coordination, teamwork here.
Exactly. So not what they wanted, but we'll find out why that failed later on.
All you folks that are watching never been out on a 100 footer, this gives
Something
you
like 15 tonne of load on the on the runners on the back. They're running 5 tonne of load on the main sheet tension. But yeah, that's obviously jumped off the lock for whatever reason. But boys are getting there. So they've got to clear one more, the top runner, backstay out of it, and they should be all right.
In the meantime, David's pretty calmly just holding the boat into the breeze a bit, still trying to make a bit of headway, but...
and what we've got, Kilo, we've got someone going out the mast. Obviously they're going to set him to the top, so when this thing gets back up to the top, and it's not easy to get him bumped around in that stuff, but he'll try and work out whether it's locked correctly or maybe why it jumped out of the lock in the first place.
He's getting a fast trip up there, brother.
He is getting a fast trip up there. It's all hydraulically driven winches. Easy for the blokes down here, they push the button, but that he's got to hang on and keep himself safe.
Just a whole lot of coordination. You really can't practice this sort of stuff either, Warwick, can you? Because it just there's no way you can practice it. You only do it when you're pulling the main up to start the day's racing.
Exactly. So I mean, all this stuff is just, you know, days on the water, hours going through all the trials and tribulations and getting through this. And just letting Liam, our bowman, say he's gone from the bow to the top of the mast, so he's won't be appreciating the view at this stage, but.
It'd be the most valuable. You get the award for the day, mate. Most travelled sailor on board. Most vertically travelled, anyway.
Yeah. So we've got a lot going on. So Oates around the top mark, Kilo. Got the clock running. I reckon it's going to be about a minute. We're going for the hoist now on our sail, getting it ready for our bear away.
How long do you reckon it'll take us to put these sea miles under us, mate? About half an hour for this run back. This will be pretty fast.
Yeah, we'll be heading home nice and quick. So boys got to get this sorted out, make sure they get enough bluff tension on it so you can get a nice clean deploy. Just got a little bit of time to get ready.
It's just jammed on. They've got to get the whole show around the jib. Yeah, they've got to get around the jib as well, eh?
Yeah. Actually, we've got Blake going down the lure to have a look what's going down there. So we've still got about another metre of hay, and you've got to get that on the lock up the top. And then they've got to get luff tension by... There's still a little issue. Minute 20 now, the gap to Oates. And we're getting very close to that top mark now, Kilo.
Yeah, we've still got a couple of 100 metres by the look of this. There's a yacht still sailing on our track, so he hasn't turned down yet.
I'm just watching these guys, you know, wrestling, trying to clear the A-sail. I can't actually see exactly what's going on behind the main, but these things are so much windage and they're so heavy. Yeah. I mean, they're just
it's heavy.
Handling these things around.
David just said should have gone up the other side of the heady.
Yeah, just picking up. We do have got an issue which I can't actually pick up what it is at the moment. Okay, we've got someone going up again, Kilo. Got someone going up the mast again. And,
another lift technician.
So that's not good. That's not good. That's not what you want to be looking for at this stage.
Well, it's certainly not slick. That's a dangerous job he's got his hands full of there now. He's got to make sure he doesn't get bashed around those spreaders and the rigging.
So,
Mark's just 50 feet in front of us, so there'll be a big bow down here. Just keep your eye on top of Blake. Just keep your eye on the guy up the mast. Just make sure he doesn't get whipped around.
So that's obviously not ideal. And just listen to the groaning of the boat just as things is everything off.
Is that off? Do you want that off?
Just watch your head.
Come in. Just keep your feet underneath your Blake. We've just went through the sound barrier there as we accelerated.
Yeah. So it's
up.
So it's got snagged under the forestay, I think, at the top, and wasn't able to get full hoist. Okay, now it's clear. We got the word it's clear. Now it goes. So I think that's what happened, Kilo. So these are all the teething problems and, you know, the hours that will come, no doubt, in the future with the training and having more prep time. But really, these guys have done amazingly well just to be on the start line, considering what they've been through.
For sure.
Okay, so Jib's gone off. We should be deploying any second. We get a bit more luff tension on that. Got the downhaul on, which has been controlled inside the cockpit.
Yeah, there's projects going on everywhere here.
Okay, now we've got luff tension. Still got a little issue here.
David's asking the question,
can
we deploy it?
I mean, you've got to get that luff tension, otherwise it won't unfurl properly, and then they've got to clear the sheet under the jib, and they started dropping the jib probably a little bit early. Okay, now we're deploying. It's got to clear the foot of the jib, which it has now, and try and settle this pup. All right, here we go.
Now she's loaded.
Yeah.
Now let's see what this thing can do.
We've got to settle everything down again and try and get into a rhythm, no doubt. When we get back and this day is done, there'll be a bit of debriefing and trying to iron out some of these little errors and move forward during the week, Kilo.
That noise you were just listening to was the big drum winch whining in the ASAR. Well, guess what? Now that the boat's settled down a bit, David's got to decide what sort of angles he's going to sail this boat on. We're just cruising along here at 15 knots, but what do you think you'll do? Basically, go straight, or
I was looking at the polars and stuff before. It's probably about 140 true wind angle is the number. But you know, things have changed in the boat, and they're going to. And just talking to David on the way over. You know, there's one thing to have the theoretical VPPs, but what they're going to do is actually gather data and actually make it more accurately fit to the boat. And it's a bit like what you were saying before, the Oats been out, they've done all that stuff.
They've got all their numbers in the book.
They're getting their numbers a lot more accurate, where it's still a...
playing catch up here, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So they decided to drag some sails up just to get the bow down a bit. Trim the boat as best they can. Or is that another sail going up?
I'm not sure.
I think that's going to be deployed by the look of it.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening, but anyway.
Okay, well, it's all starting to settle down, so we'll come back to you as we get closer to the finish line, going into Dent Passage. Come back to you then.
Tommy, top.
Okay, was that another manoeuvre? Oates has jibed in front of us, going back on starboard, so mighty Scallywag right in the middle of the furl. The big A sail, see that's underway. The other A3, I think they call it, was set. It's been furled up, and the jive's about to happen any second.
Yep, so we go through the drive now, and they'll deploy in a second. Call runner made.
All the guests and all the deck cattle all move
And
across.
there's a hold up in the deploying. There's a problem with the furling line.
Chris, bunny is. Copy. What do you say? No, topper, sorry. It's on the bunny ears.
Okay, we've got an issue with the deploy kilo.
Sheet.
With the sheet on the furler is the issue at the moment. Okay. Still just waiting for it to be fully deployed and unfurled. Sorry, Blake. And then we'll be able to get it back up to speed again. Oats on the same jibe to leeward of us.
So what we have there was that a hand unfurl.
Enough?
Yeah, so just blowing out a bit of rust there, kilo, but day one.
Yeah.
Got another few days to go.
Wow.
They'll take a lot away from today, and you know, just talking to Tommy Clout a minute ago, it's, you know, he's still trying to find the modes and trying to see what the boat likes.
Well, in truth, they haven't done these manoeuvres for a long time as a crew. Let's face it. I mean, they did the Sydney Gold Coast race, sorry, and just did a bit of straight line sailing until the ram exploded. So it's big workout for them today.
Yeah, and they've had plenty on to get here, so it's just never perfect. Never perfect preparation. It's going to take time and. Just watching what's going on. Okay, so Hetzel, so they had a staysail up before but I could hear Whitty didn't like it.
It wasn't working.
No, yeah. So they're actually going to use the jib, but I noticed, I mean, looking to leeward, I mean, Oates has got nothing inside there.
They've got a spinnaker, they've got a big chute on, haven't they?
Well, it'll be on a furler. I mean, nearly all, in these big boats, nearly all the sails will be on furlers. I heard Oates has a downwind sail that's not on a furler, but I don't think that will be it. So they're just trying to get a nice, you know, by setting that staysail, a bit more power, but also get a nice laminar flow. So I can see Dent Passage not too far away. Straight down about.
So we'll probably do another couple of jobs to get in there, yeah?
Yeah, we'll definitely be doing 2 more jobs to get in there, and then possibly once we get in the passage, a couple more.
To get across?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, folks, that's where we are at the moment. We'll save a bit of card here and catch up as we get close to the Dent Passage. Come back to you then.